One thing I wanted to talk about is other writers. So other writers are going to float in your head and they're going to try to get you. That fell down over there. Now, what I mean by that is they'll be critical of you. They'll be floating in your head, making comments. These are your enemies, okay? Fitzgerald had it. Hemingway had it. All great writers have had it. Their enemies will get in their head and be critical. You must beat them down with a stick. You must continue hitting them over and over again in your head until they disappear. You've got to beat them violently and make sure they go away. When your enemy gets in your head and starts criticizing you as you write, he'll mess with your words and your tongue. Beat them until they don't exist anymore. Smush them into wine with a grape press. So what I decided to do is I'm going to boil some carrots. This is one carrot right here. I'm going to cut up some tomatoes. I'm going to boil this thing with some spinach. I'm using fresh spinach. Let's see, right here. I went ahead and rid a lot of unhealthy things in my cabinets, things like that. Because it takes time to train yourself to take in like more vegetables, more fruits, less fast foods, and less things that are going to create toxins in your body that can lead to bad things. If you're a cigarette smoker or you drink alcohol, don't do any of this. So if you smoke or you drink or you're a drinker, do not go out on a hike and stuff. You can die, okay? It's very, very dangerous. 93 degrees, 97 degrees, you want to have health. You can die. So if you're smoking cigarettes and then you want to go take a 30-minute jog or an hour jog in the heat, don't do it. Stop smoking, stop drinking, get clean. Now, we're going to cut this tomato. We're going to place the carrots in here. I'm going to boil it. Fledglings are doing good okay. I'm going to try to get the screenplay going tonight. So we're going to continue working on the werewolf movie. I did continue a little bit of Chin Part 2. And also, I read some of Look Homeward Angel right here.
Congratulations. We knew you could do it.
So I read some of that. Getting into Thomas Wolfe is also dangerous. So if you don't have a big education and you don't understand literature, don't do it. Okay? Don't try to read Thomas Wolfe. And if you're a smoker or a drinker and you're out there just living it up, don't try to read Thomas Wolfe either. Don't try to read it. This show will be hard for you. This is for advanced watchers. Now, if you go out running, reading Thomas Wolfe at the same time and smoking and drinking, you're pretty crazy, especially if it's in 97-degree weather, okay? So there's my little Lenny Bruce. Bum. So we're gonna cut these up. We're gonna put them in here. About 2 minutes right now. We're gonna boil it up. We're gonna grow up and eat right. Stay away from those hot dogs. Been watching Adam the Woo. He's stuffing his mouth with hot dogs. Don't know how he does it. He has some kind of iron stomach. So we're not gonna do that. We're gonna do the opposite. Ooh, it is raining. We're gonna look at the rain for a minute. We're going to rebel. I thought about unsubscribing to him today, though. I don't think it's truly healthy to do all that stuff. Big thumbs up. Kind of dry in here, so I got that. That's good for when the air gets too dry too. Kind of cools you down a little bit. All right, we're off. Let's get to chopping. I was in the middle of cutting the show, and I wanted to check this. Didn't put it all the way on heat at all. So I'm gonna set a timer, even though I'm just kind of gonna be checking on every 7 minutes or so, so steam will come up here, turn the fan on, things like that. So I didn't think the spinach, it didn't come out as a whole lot. You know, this crash diet. So I decided to defrost some of the old chicken from Eddie chicken breast. So I'm gonna see if I can cook that up. I'm gonna have to do some research on putting it in foil and then preheating the oven, cooking it in foil. So we're working on that. I doubled the foil right here. I'm about to cut through this. I'm gonna dump the chicken in there. cover it with foil. I'm gonna put it in there for, I'm gonna go like 20 minutes and then check on it because I defrosted the crap out of it. I said 5 pound on defrost here. So I went to defrost here. I pressed 1. I pressed 1 again. And then I went to like, press 5. And then I pressed 5 again. And I did that. So when you set it, it does about 50 minutes. So it's almost edible right now. So I'm only gonna cook it for about 20 minutes. I'm gonna cut through it here, dump it in here, cover it, put a lot of maybe pepper on it. Maybe throw some like this lemon stuff right here. It's like a lemon pepper. And I'm gonna cover that and let it roll. So what I'm doing right here is I'm pouring the juice over the foil because I'm using the foil only as like a protective thing to keep it from sticking to the bottom of the pan. So I haven't covered it in foil yet. I'm gonna pepper it and then cover it in foil. Some of my pre-trash. So we are gonna give it a good dose of lemon pepper here. Okay, a pretty good one. I'm gonna take a fork right here and I wanna pick this puppy up just like this. And we're gonna stick this puppy on this other side here. Just like that, okay? Then we're gonna take a little more lemon pepper here. Not a whole lot of pepper. I'm only gonna pepper one side of it. Just not like that. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cover it with foil. I ripped off a little thing of foil here. I mean, I'll pay for the foil, but, well, Linda bought it, but. And then I'm gonna put this right over here. And it's preheating here. We're gonna set the timer. And we're just gonna go with 20 and then check it. So it's not completely heated up yet. So we're gonna switch to 24. Like 24. What's that thing? 24. There's something called 24 with Kiefer Sutherland. I was just thinking about flatliners. Anyway, yeah, because my last vlog I did the flatliner thing. Okay, so let's go with about 415. Preheating, timer going. Okay. Looks like it's good. And here we go. Well, not yet, hang on. Let's see. This opens this way. I've got this right here. And we put this right in there. And we're gonna let that roll. The timer's going. Oh dear. The timer's going. Then we're gonna mix it in with it. There. Thank you, Lord. So what I did was I had some of the chicken. It was good. And I was gonna eat some of it real quick and get a phone call. I gotta do this really quick. Eat some of the chicken right here. Very good. Got a phone call. So I just got a phone call. Speaking of the devil. But anyway, I just was thinking about Seinfeld. I don't know. You know, the thing about Seinfeld that's interesting is that Seinfeld, who was a stand-up comedian, I guess he was becoming famous as a stand-up comedian in Manhattan, in New York, at the Improv. The thing about Seinfeld was that he used the richest woman in New York City. She was the richest. Julia Dreyfus, there was no one richer than her. Not a woman like her that was young, beautiful, funny, could laugh. But she was walking in on set laughing at everybody. She had probably 3 or 4 times more than the producers had. We're talking about a very, very rich woman. The NBC could have sued the crap out of her if she dropped the contract, which of course she didn't. She was like the heart of the show. So was Kramer and so was Seinfeld and the whole thing. But if you think about it, you're, let's say, starting a show, a television show, you know, a comedy based on stand-up, but then also, you know, Larry David doing the writing. And you're using the richest lady that's young, by far the richest lady in New York City, in the state of New York, and probably in the world. In a show, you know, what are the chances of that failing? Slim to none. Slim to none. It wouldn't fail. Well, financially, it probably wouldn't have, maybe. Not for her. Not for Julia Dreyfus, it probably wouldn't have failed. But I guess it could have, you know, been boring and kind of like a show about nothing. Right. It could just be this thing about absolutely nothing. Look at the street right this way. See the green? Right here, see it? Right there? In the water. Isn't that great? It just happened to get watery out today. And you can see the reflection of the green right there. You know, the thing that I hate most about people is when they judge your ability, right? Because acting is not about ability, but it's about the heart. It's not brain science, as they say, right? I'm not doing calculus, right? I'm making comments and showing railroad crossings like this. So what does Seinfeld say? That's kind of David Lynch. No, he doesn't say that's kind of David Lynch. Do you know what Seinfeld says about my show? Do you know what he says? He's the richest stand-up comedian in the world. But do you know what he says? That's stupid. Right. He says, that's stupid. That's all he has to say, right? That's stupid. You know what I say about Seinfeld? Now, it does kind of piss me off. Not the Seinfeld thing, but it pisses me off because it's about 10:43 at night. And I'm no longer really doing rideshare anymore. I got fired from Uber about more than a year ago. Not doing Uber, that kind of rideshare stuff. Plus, it's dangerous during the pandemic. But it's just stupid, you know, because I already exported while I was watching Adam the Woo and trying to eat chicken. You know, it gets this way. So basically, I didn't tell you, you know, exactly what's going on. You'd have to have a keen eye to kind of figure out everything. Obviously, I did tell you I'm not doing rideshare. I'm not at work right now, this present moment. I took the day off to write. I wrote a little bit of Chen Part 2. So I wrote some of my book, Chen Part 2. I wrote Chen Part 1. It's already published. I self-published it. It's good to go. I'm a legend. Now, I did read a little bit of Look Homeward Angel. Got a message just now from, I don't know, something like Twitter. It could have been Twitter. I can't really see it. This guy's crazy right here. Crazy in the middle of the road. So I did... Ooh, there's a bucket in the middle of the road. Kind of going into a different area of town, are we? Who was that guy? He's looking for the bucket. I did read some Look Homeward Angel. Yeah, Thomas Wolfe was a little bit racist, but he wasn't like the KKK or anything, you know. But he was a little bit, you know. But he did write a whole lot. He wrote a whole lot of stuff. Too much, actually. They had to do a lot of editing for Thomas Wolfe, especially for Look Homeward Angel. Remember, that wasn't his title. His title was Oh Lost. And it was very poetic. And like I said, it took like 5 or 6 pages for a guy to cross the road. Maybe not 50. But the guy was probably still crossing the road after the 50th page. But his books were like thousands of pages. He was like Stephen King. He had that kind of, you know, just book after book. Wrote many books. Look Homeward Angel is the most famous one because it was the big success that came out. And the editors just flipped out. And we're like, we got to, you know, tear this all up. So Look Homeward Angel was not even near what Oh Lost was. It was a bastardized version of what Oh Lost was. Oh Lost was very detailed. Went on and went on and went on for a very long time. Linda. Okay, so basically they finally published Look Homeward Angel. And they released it, and then Thomas Wolfe was a star. And eventually he ended up at NYU as a professor in literature. And I think he even helped other writers, creative writers too, as well, in that area in New York. He was a really well-known, he was part of the round table. He was part of the other writers at that time. Now, I got introduced to Thomas Wolfe at about 17. And that's the whole reason all of this is happening, is because of Thomas Wolfe. Believe it or not. And that's how I ended up meeting Julia Roberts and John Hurd. And that's why I'm talking to you right now. See, the thing is about Thomas Wolfe was that he was a mad writer. And when I was 12, I told my dad, I said, hey, Dad, I'm going to be a writer. My dad's like, you know, chewing his food. Okay, that's fine. So I started, you know, thinking about it for a long time. And then when I was about 17, I started writing. And I've written maybe like 10 books and stuff. But the only thing, I've self-published a whole, you know, like 60-something, almost 70 entries in this thing. And Thomas Wolfe is the whole reason, because when I was sitting in this, you know, the class that you go to before the other classes, the auxiliary class, you know, the class you go and you sit down and you wait and you can take notes and stuff, or not take notes, You don't take notes in that class. You could take notes. Anyway, over the intercom, they said, we are auditioning for Look Home an Angel. Who would like to, be a part of that? Oh my God. Let's go right here. And then so I showed up and I got Ben Gant. So I played Ben Gant as a dying character. Everyone thought, you got to go with acting. Go with acting. Go to Yale. Go to Yale. And I ended up at the new school. But anyway, that's how all that happened. And now I'm doing this, which is kind of a version of it. It's a bastardized version of everything. It's like a storytelling kind of thing. Anyway. I like it. It looks good. I saw the photo. I'm using it. Oh, whoops. I'm using that. It looks really good, Sweet Snickles. It looks really good. I like it. What the necklace too, though? Where did you get the necklace?
They were just
Okay. It looks nice. You got it. How much did you pay for it? Oh, the material is good. That's really cool. And you got babies in the belly, and you got an iPhone. Here, put this in the. We're having Bumby. Do you know who Bumby is? It's Hemingway's son.
What are you gonna feed me?
I got a big old chicken that I made. Here, put
You
that.
made a big old chicken?
I made a chicken. Put that in here in the green.
Beer or wine?
Hey, we'll get both beer and wine. Jump over this way. Here, watch over. Here, you don't. Just climb in there. Just climb in. Here. Yeah. Okay. Generation Y. Say Y. Say Y.
Why? See
Yeah,
why?
because you're Generation Y. That's what you are. Here, pick up that thing right there. It's an iPhone. Go that way. Golly. Jesus Christ. Who cares? Okay. So, you have to tell me what stuff's going on. It's a weird thing. What's an opiate thing? What's going on? I want to know. Is that for his pain medicine? You're not taking any, are you?
I don't know.
Okay. You could be pregnant. You don't know. You never know. A woman. You never know if a woman's pregnant or not.
Oh, shut the fuck up.
Okay. Anyway, I was talking about Seinfeld, but I'm not talking about. I was talking about Thomas Wolfe earlier. Well, I don't know. You seemed kind of weird on the phone, so you kind of scared me. Thought I was done. There's the Hamptons. There's Hunter Hills. So he's okay. So he's doing opiates or something.
No, he's not.
You can do painkillers after surgery. Get your seatbelt on.
Yes, for 5 days, and then just.
Here, seatbelt on.
I want to give a shoe.
He doesn't want to go overboard on that because they can get on the black market. It's very dangerous.
He's been off for like.
He wants to follow all the directions. I took him when my leg broke. Would you put the seatbelt on?
I do what I want to do, bitch.
The seatbelt.
I make
Snickles.
my rule. I make my rule. So shut the fuck up. Cut it out.
All right, just tell him to be careful. Don't mix it with like Ambien and things like that. Seriously.
No, he's not on opiates. Why are you making a story?
You said something. That's what you called. That's the first thing you said. You said
That
something
was
about
like
opiates.
2 weeks ago. Doesn't have anymore. You got
But
an Ambien.
Ambien's fucked up. Excuse my language, but Ambien's messed up.
No, his mom gave him 3 pills. I told his mom to say 3 pills. That's it.
Ambien, yeah. Ambien, you go into another world. You start shopping. You don't even realize it.
That's it.
Yeah, you go on shopping sprees. You don't even remember.
His mom went early. His mom's upset. He's not going to work. What the world is this? A fucking nigger.
No, you can't. You mumbled it. You cannot say that.
I'm sorry, bro.
You're not. Don't say that. No, you
Give me a cry.
Okay, that's
Is
one.
that her?
No.
Fuck him. Look at the fucking little old white dudes following.
Yes, that white dude.